Hi, my name is Cameron Bryant. You probably know that I'm a junior here at WashU, and that I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and that I'm on the executive board for Dance Marathon here. What you probably don't know is that I have an F on my transcript. I have a fear of people leaving me, and I hated moving into college. 2 weeks before college started, my father passed away unexpectedly, and my life was turned upside down, obviously. There was no way for me to practically comprehend what had happened and still come to college and move forward with my life. There was no in between time for me to take an action, like really reflect on what happened, but I still chose to come to WashU. Moving in was probably one of the worst days of my life. My grandmother, grandfather, mother, and aunt helped me move in. They were amazing. Everyone moved so quickly, but there was still a piece of me missing. Within 5 minutes of getting to my dorm, my suite mate's father asked if my grandfather was actually my father. My mom and I did not know what to do about that situation. We didn't know what to do at all. All we did was laugh at each other. We were like, okay, here we go. In my mind at that moment, I went through the conversation 20 more times. I didn't know how to respond, and I didn't know how to tell people on my freshman floor, my RAs, my WUSAs, or my professors. I decided to keep going with my planning and try to avoid that conversation at all costs and plan how to get around it. That went over into my academic life. Coming into WashU, I wanted to be pre-med. I wanted to cure all kidney diseases. I wanted to work in a lab, go to WashU for medical school, go to Harvard for residency. I had my whole life planned out. I wanted to cure all the diseases that my family dealt with for so long, and that wasn't the case anymore. Freshman spring, I took Introduction to Cultural Anthropology as an LCD requirement just to get it out of the way, and that was not the case also. Within 5 minutes of being in that course, the emotion and expectation and effectiveness that Professor Childs and Professor Thomas used when they were teaching us anthropology really stuck with me. My eyes lit up like a newborn baby, and I couldn't ignore that anymore. But I felt so guilty because I had promised my family that I would cure all these diseases, become this amazing doctor, and live a certain lifestyle. But anthropology caught my eye forever. Fast forward, a few months later, Professor Thomas talked about her research in fashion and how fashion is integrated into everything we do in life. Her research made me think about how clothes affect who we are as a person and how we see ourselves and how we're seen in society. And I wanted to study that. It caught my eye, and I didn't look back anymore. In my world of planning, fashion was the only unplanned thing that I had, and I had to go with it. It made me so happy that I've decided to become a fashion buyer after graduation eventually. Explaining anthropology to my mother was basically me saying, I'm going to be a glorified people watcher. And she didn't have the best reaction to it, but we're better now, in a better place. She likes it. I love anthropology now. After talking to my mom about my choice to study anthropology, I still feel a little bit guilty. I knew I wasn't letting down my father, my family members, or my mom herself. I realized that I put all those expectations on myself. Everything from wanting to become a doctor, wanting to stick with the pre-med life was all me. Even after choosing to study anthropology and choosing to go down the route of fashion buying, I still feel a little bit guilty. Even though I am happy, I don't know if I ever feel the happiness that I should feel. And I don't know if I'll ever get to that point.